Lev, tell us about your journey founding System Capital and how your experiences have shaped your investment philosophy today.
Yeah, so System Capital is probably a 20-year journey for me, starting with working at NAB and Babcock & Brown, doing principal investing, sort of buying whole businesses, all the way through working at L1 for 13 years and then onto System Capital. Through that time, we've sort of gotten to the point where a lot of those experiences have come together to help build System Capital as a really strong business, focusing on global long-short investing.
And where does your edge come from in finding long and short opportunities?
Yeah, so I guess system is really a name for ecosystem, and that was the real basis of the firm. And so the idea here is a lot of this is about trying to find structurally stronger and structurally weaker businesses through time. So what we're doing is we're starting with a industry in transition. We're building up our circle of competence into suppliers and competitors and other adjacent industries. And through that process, we're trying to both reaffirm the strength of the business on the long side, but also find shorting opportunities in adjacent areas, whether it's a supplier or a competitor.
And what sets your process apart when it comes to finding those structural winners?
So we would say it's a couple of things. One is the deep industry networks that we've been able to build over time. These are sort of industry experts in certain areas, whether it's railroads, whether it's fixed wireless networks, that really help us understand when the business is in a point of disruption from a technology point of view. Then what we do is we pair that with a checklist process. And the checklist process is supposed to be a very rigorous set of 65 to 70 questions that really drills down into the business we've identified to try to understand its structural advantage better. So it starts with, why does a business even have pricing power? It asks questions like, compared to a weak competitor, why are we succeeding and why didn't we used to succeed before? It works all the way through the incentives of the management team, the downside cases, etc. So by the end of that process, we think we have a really robust view as to structural strength of a business.
And how does your flexible net market exposure help manage portfolios in volatile or falling markets?
Yeah, so I would say we have the ability to adjust up and down in the markets. That's definitely a benefit. But more importantly to us, we think, is that the short book is a significant source of alpha in moments of dislocation. So when those moments occur, we'd like to believe that the short book then helps smooth those portfolio returns, but just as importantly allows us to reinvest in the strongest businesses, the ones that we want to have an investment for the next 5 years at really attractive returns. So it's a combination of those two things that helps.
And how does System add to a traditional bond equity portfolio?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that obviously we're able to do is we're able to be global and we're able to focus on this structural strengthening and structural weakening dynamic. And so it helps people find ideas in what is a really rapidly changing world where technology obsolescence and just general progress is accelerating. What that hopefully means for investors is they can get the upside of investing in some of the great structural growth businesses that they may not know about, but also have that margin of safety from that short book as some of their structural declining businesses continue to lose value.
Lev, thank you.
Thank you very much.